Hi, Terry Hunter here. Thanks for joining me. By now you know that you receive a buyer cashback from me worth thousands to you on any home that you get through me. No matter how good a deal I negotiate for you, it never hurts to have all the costs and then some covered for you by my buyer cashback. This lets your money go directly into your equity rather than being frittered away for costs. Since the buyer cashback comes from me and not from the seller, it doesn't affect your price. But that's just the beginning. The real money is in having the right real estate counselor find you the right home, negotiate your purchase, and then personally oversee its successful close of escrow. After all, the right home bought at the right price, but which doesn't close, is more than a waste of time. It's a heartbreaker. And in our current market, over 50% of transactions never do close. But I'll make sure that yours does. It does make a difference who represents you. There are 4 reasons why my clients do better. Number 1 is no. Yes, it starts with the word no. If I don't think a property is the best we can do for you, then I'll tell you so. This startles many buyers because they're used to dealing with real estate agents who have never seen a property that they don't love, for you anyway, if it makes a commission for them. The final decision is always up to you, of course, but you'll get honest feedback from me, including deal-killing feedback. When I told one of my clients that I didn't like the home we were viewing and I thought we could do better, she said to me, "You're a real estate agent, right?" "Yes," I said. "Well then, you'll make a commission on any home we buy, won't you?" "Yes," I told her, "but even if it takes longer and even if it takes more work, I still want to get you the best possible home, and only after that make my well-deserved commission." And the next one, and the next one after that, and the one for your friend, and the other one for your family member, and so on indefinitely. I get as excited about getting my clients the right home as I would when I'm buying for myself. And it's just good business to have raving fans, of course, on top of that. It does make a difference who represents you. Reason number 2 is that I'm a certified real estate negotiator. Because of my training, I understand that negotiating is 90% homework and only 10% talking. I also realize that different people have different needs from a transaction, and the job of an expert negotiator is to maximize the highest valued outcome for everybody in the transaction so it actually closes. Most buyers assume that what they want is in direct conflict with what the seller wants. Well, while no seller wants to feel taken advantage of price-wise, some sellers have other objectives that are also high value to them. And in some cases, they'll trade off on price to achieve these other objectives too. There are a lot of things that fall into this category. For example, the family moving across the nation for a whole job may value certainty as much as price. They just want to make sure that the escrow will close. A divorcing couple may just want to settle their differences and move on now. A probate executor wants a fair deal that she can't be criticized for by other family members, but may also desperately want to wind down a painful process and get back to her real life. A listing agent wants a no-problem transaction with an obviously expert and experienced buyer agent. That way, they don't have to babysit the transaction, and they can move on to other transactions knowing that this one won't cause them problems. It is significantly more likely that a great negotiator will get you a better overall deal, including price, and be able to compete to get you the property rather than lose out to a competing buyer. As far as price, I saved one couple $149,000 off the asking price on a home that was owned by a divorcing couple in Laguna Beach. Another couple saved over $150,000 on a Coto de Casa short sale after I helped the listing agent get bank approval. She hadn't been able to get it up until then. Another of my buyers saved $80,000 on a home in Woodbury because of my persistence and my great rapport with the listing agent. In some cases, I have been able to turn a sale into an adoption. where sellers passed on higher offers or even refused to consider any more offers, or even countered back to us and other buyers, but then never sent the counter to the other buyer's agent. They wanted their house to go to a good owner. It does make a difference who represents you. Reason number 3 is access to hidden homes. Although the MLS is, of course, our primary source of homes, and most of those homes are online as well, it's not the only source. Right now, for example, I'm aware of over $4 million in, quote, pocket listings, where either I or some other agent has a seller who wants to sell, but has not formally put the home on the market. Obviously, the buyer competition is much less on pocket listings. Likewise, I'm in constant contact with past clients, estate executors, and divorce attorneys who have clients who will need to sell shortly. Depending on the price range, we sometimes also even solicit entire neighborhoods to find somebody who's thinking of selling what you want to buy, but who just hasn't put it on the market yet. The combination of fast action, including electronic signatures and all of the technology that can be brought to bear on it, plus access to hidden homes, increases your chances of getting the right deal. It does make a difference who represents you. And finally, reason number 4 is I make sure that your escrow closes. When I flew in the military, I noticed that the older, experienced pilots flew until they were on the ground. Well, the young, hotshot co-pilots who were just learning tended to stop giving their full attention to flying when they were close to the runway. Sometimes there were vicious shear winds just above the runway, and many a co-pilot almost lost it in the last 50 feet of the 30,000-foot descent. And it's the same thing with an escrow, even though an escrow failure is not usually fatal. The escrow must be fully managed until it actually closes. So, rather than depend on an escrow officer or a shared transaction coordinator to take care of everything, I inspect what I expect and personally oversee the details of your escrow. Not closing on your dream home is a heartbreaker, so I make sure that it does close. It does make a difference who represents you. I have many, many testimonials, some of them videos, some of them written, which I'm happy to share with you on your request. And some clients have even agreed to my giving out their phone number for people who want to call them directly. All of these testimonials, though, boil down to saying the following: I'm trustworthy, I'm an expert, I'm dependable, and I work hard to make sure it happens for my clients. It does make a difference who represents you. If you'd like to chat, call me, Terry Hunter, 949-278-1595. That's 949-278-1595. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to talking to you in person.